Join us on our spring break journey to Japan with the F Tours. 11 travelers from Ohio and 32 from California, and of course our fearless travel director, Sebastian. Whether you're planning to go on your own, with a group, or even with the F Tour specifically, this series will give you some hints on what to expect on a spring break trip to Japan. So buckle up as we backtrack the Golden Route. I'm Mike Dalton. I'm a teacher and a traveler, and this is Dalton's Detours. After leaving Cincinnati on Saturday morning at 7 a.m., we arrived at Osaka's airport on Sunday night. An EF rep met us at the airport, and we took a bus to our hotel outside of Kyoto. We arrived around 9:30. Exhausted and already jet-lagged, we of course made our first trip to 7-Eleven for a late-night snack. This is of course a must. We are staying in the Sun Royal Hotel in Kamioka, which is roughly 15 miles west of Kyoto. The hotel is small, the breakfast was solid, and overall it's a nice quiet area. Not really much to do here in the evenings, but it's a cool little town. So we are on day one. So we flew from Cincinnati to Boston, Boston to Narita in Tokyo, and then Narita to Osaka. We're all exhausted, but you can see here behind me, right here, is our hotel. Yeah, we're gonna head to Nara today, basically. Before heading into Kyoto, we start our trip with a visit to Nara, Japan's first permanent capital. Due to its historical importance, the city remains full of cultural treasures, including some of Japan's oldest and largest temples. In Shinto mythology, deer are considered to be messengers of the gods, and as such, Nara's deers have been designated as a national treasure. It costs about $1 to get some treats to feed these deer, and they will harass you, but it's actually pretty cool watching them kind of wander around. Spring is of course one of the most beautiful seasons in which to visit, particularly when the cherry blossoms are in full bloom, but unfortunately for us, they were not, so hopefully in Tokyo. Our tour guide for the day took us to some of the main sites, and we started with the Kasuga Taisha shrine. Now personally, this is one of my favorite little areas to walk through. This mysterious Shinto shrine is concealed amid the trees of the heart of Nara Park, and is one of the city's most beautiful attractions. Famous for the thousands of stone and bronze lanterns that line its pathways and hang suspended from its building, this shrine is just a must-see. And before heading to the main temple, we decided to stop at Nigatsu-do, a much smaller temple that offers a beautiful scene of Nara.
We're not even doing the washing hands thing.
When we finally reached Todaiji Temple, one of the most famous temples in all of Japan, it more than lives up to its reputation. The opposing main hall is the largest wooden building in the world, and inside you'll find a stunning 15-meter bronze statue of Buddha. It's genuinely impressive. I'm always amazed at the size of the statue. This was our first chance to get goshin, which are special stamps that are given at shrines and temples. You can also buy little eki stamp books where you can get stamps from the temples that are not officially Goshin or train stations and things like that. It was something I suggested to the students that I thought might be kind of fun. After saying goodbye to our tour guide, we were given 2 hours for lunch and shopping in Nara. We went to the Higashimuki shopping street. I think that's how you say it. The students scattered to get their first real taste of Japan. And to my dismay, amidst their panic, several of them went to McDonald's. I really don't have words for this, but, in the end, they pay the money. They're going to do whatever they want. I've learned from years of teaching and dealing with teenagers. I just merely give suggestions. But I took a big suggestion from our tour director, and I ate at a place called Tonkatsu Ganko Nara. And I had to wait in line for a little bit, probably took 15-20 minutes. I have learned in Japan that these lines go fairly quick. But I wanted to try the tonkatsu. This is a Japanese dish that consists of breaded and deep-fried pork cutlet. It is a popular dish in Japan, often being served with shredded cabbage, some kind of tonkatsu or curry sauce, and steamed rice. And there's usually various sauces and dressings that are provided. This was a good first meal in Japan on this particular trip. After lunch, we got back on our bus and headed into Kyoto for the first time. And today's attraction, the Kiyomizu-dera Temple. It literally means pure water temple and is one of the most celebrated temples in all of Japan. Founded in 780, and it was made a UNESCO site in 1994. It is really known for its wooden stage that juts out from its main hall, 42 feet above the hillside. The stage affords nice views of the numerous cherry and maple trees below, and again, unfortunately, we didn't quite get to see it at its full glory. The main hall, which together with the stage was built without the use of nails. I think the students really enjoyed walking around, dealing with the water purification. It was just nice to wander. Even being jet lagged, this was a nice way to kind of finish off before we headed off to dinner. At a lot of shrines and temples, visitors can participate in drawing omakuji, which are fortunes written on strips of paper. So some of the students tried this out. If you get a good fortune, you keep it, but if you get a bad one, you tie it off on a little area they have, and that gets rid of that bad fortune. And our dinner tonight was back at the hotel, and unfortunately for me, it was more Japanese curry. Now, I like Japanese curry, really should have kind of asked what was for dinner in the evening before I had it twice in a day. Usually on these trips, there's one night you eat at the hotel, but for the most part, we eat at restaurants in town. After dinner, we had a little bit of a chance to kind of wander around the town and see what was happening. And as I feared, there really wasn't much going on. In fact, the city was pretty much shut down. We stopped at a 7-Eleven. We went down to the river, had a little walk. It was a nice little town, but just not a whole lot to do. I know when we get to Tokyo, our hotel is much more centrally located, so we'll have a bit more of a chance to explore there. Overall, good first day. We're all exhausted, but looking forward to tomorrow. This is Dalton's Detours.